So this is the time I got dragged by a freight train. Dragged for about a good 100 feet. This was in March 2011. I was still very green, still trying to figure shit out. At this time, there was no tutorials or whatever on the internet. The only way to learn how to hop in trains at this time is actually be with people and learn about it firsthand. And it's still kind of like that today, but you're less likely to get fucked up like I did, because you might hear a tutorial say, "Don't do this, don't do that." Take grade into consideration, or hopping on a fly, take the context of where you're going, blah blah blah. That matters a lot, and also the train sounds, blah blah blah. Anyways, it was in March 2011. We were trying to get to Chattanooga. It was pouring rain, and we were down from the Amtrak station on an elevated platform above the bus station of Birmingham, Alabama, because that's where I heard to go. Now, I figured out there were yards there, and people told me where to actually go after this. But at this time, I was just cocky, impatient, and wanting to get the hell out. So we walk up the stairs, walk up to the platform next to the tracks, and then this train comes by, or pretty sure it was a CSX train, but I assumed it was an NS train because I learned where they built later on at a yard further west. But mind you, I didn't know any better at this time. I didn't know what the fuck I was doing, and I assumed it was an NS train to Chattanooga. Anyways, I tried hopping on the train. I ran ahead of my girlfriend, and the train was moving about 3-4 miles per hour. I got on a grain car. I jumped on a ladder. Mind you, it was raining, really raining. I started climbing the ladder, but I slipped. Now, the waist strap of my pack got snagged on something, either the ladder or some piece of material on the train car, which caused me to get stuck to the train while I was falling off the ladder. Now, normally I would just fall off and rolled, but no, I was stuck to my pack, being dragged down a ballast by a fucking train. And this was probably one of the most horrifying experiences in my life. I mean, I've had many other horrifying experiences. I've had too many horrifying experiences. I've had too much trauma to my head. It's a miracle that I'm able to talk. It's a miracle that I'm able to walk because of all the head trauma and physical trauma I've faced throughout my life and all the shit I've been through. But this is one of the fucked up things that happened to me. And it's all my fault, my impatience. And I got dragged for about a good 100 feet. The train started catching up speed. And the only thing I could think of in my head was, this is how I die. And there was a frog switch, a hand switch, that the last thing I saw was something big and black and metal. That was it. And it poof, I went unconscious. It hit me in the head. Obviously, I smacked into it. Now, I didn't realize until afterwards what it was, which was a frog switch. Anyways, that caused my pack to completely rip. My waist straps and my right strap, everything, the waist straps, shoulder straps, the whole right part of my pack just ripped right off. And I guess the train took it, and all my shit flew out everywhere. And I was laying down in the ballast, bleeding out my head. My girlfriend was freaked out. Because, when I gained consciousness, the train was this close to my face. The rail was right here. And I didn't fucking move. I was just kind of stunned. Oh shit, I'm so close to death right now. Then the train passed, and I managed to move, and the way she was looking at me, I thought oh shit, did I lose a limb? And I had to look at my arms and legs, they're still attached, and I breathed a sigh of relief. But she was staring at me and I'm what? She's you're bleeding bad. I'm oh shit, okay. So I grabbed my pack, all the shit that's spread out everywhere, all my fucking shit, kind of just rolled it up in a bindle or whatever, and we walked down the steps to the bus station. The people working at the bus station called the fucking ambulance because I was bleeding so bad. I didn't realize how bad I was bleeding. I just thought I had a bruise on my face. It just felt like I got beat up, but no, I split my skull open and had a nice welt. It needed 3 stitches. I was just covered in blood, and I didn't realize how bad I was bleeding. 2 paramedics showed up, and I realized that people called them because I was bleeding really bad. And I made up some bullshit oh yeah, I'm homeless. I hit my head under a bridge when I woke up not even a few minutes ago. I didn't realize how bad it was, blah blah blah, whatever. So I went to the hospital. I got 3 stitches. She got a hotel room in downtown Birmingham. It was $15 a night. It was a good price at the time. 2011 was cool with that. Things were cheaper then. And we had it for 3 nights, and I healed my head. I had to sew the entire side of my pack, improvise a shoulder strap for my pack, from another small day pack and sew that onto it. I had a Franken pack now because my pack got fucked up. And I could only carry half the shit I was able to carry. So I was only carry a sleeping bag and a tarp. That's it. I mean, I couldn't carry a jacket or water or anything else in my pack, so, that's all I could carry, and I had to carry the water in my hand. Then we heard from various sources about Irondale, so we went to Irondale and properly caught to try to do the train building. That's a whole other story. I figured out that yard, because I figured out the universal workings of yards, because I didn't know what I was doing, and I got on a train that ended up being humped. And then I had to run out of that yard, and go back to the spot, and just figure it out. And then I figured it out. We caught our train. We caught our Chattanooga train. A few days later, we fucking watched it and caught it. And that's how I learned. So train hopping is very, 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 very dangerous, and you could easily lose a limb or life. And I've seen it. I've seen people die. I've seen people lose their limbs. It's not pretty. Good thing is there's not a lot of blood at all because it cauterizes it. But it's a very unfortunate thing. And today there's a lot more shit on the internet about it. You could probably get a good tutorial, all that shit. But there's certain things that you only learn from experience, like the sounds the trains make and all that shit. And someone could show you that. But the most important thing is having fucking patience, because you're gonna do a lot of waiting and you just do a lot of watching. And I didn't have the patience at that time. I was stupid and cocky, and I'm so glad I didn't die, because I honestly should have died. And that was 2011. Now it's 2024. I've been riding trains on and off since, and I've mastered that art a long time ago. Whatever. I just figured I'd share this interesting experience I've had, and one of the many traumas I've had to my head is I have been attacked before when I was younger. I have been attacked on the streets and had head contusions. One time when I was in Florida, before I traveled, I had somebody come up behind me and grab the back of my shirt and hit me with a 32-ounce Old English bottle 8 times, and it did not break. And it was over some stupid shit or some girls. It was dumb. I didn't even know the guy. I barely knew the guy. But yeah. And I survived that. And, cases of just existing and being homeless and getting the shit beat out of me by public servants. And, a few other occasions where I had contusions to my head, and it's just a miracle I'm still alive. But yeah, I figured I'd just share that. Trains are dangerous, and I do not condone it at all. Unless you have no other option, nowhere to go, don't do it. It is very fucking dangerous. Peace.